Hello everybody, PT Pop here, with all four lobes of my brain securely bound behind my back. And tonight I'm going to talk a little bit more about the creation of my book, Press 1 for Murder. Stay tuned.
At the tone, press 1 for murder.
And it is a gorgeous summer night here in Northeast Ohio. We had a great rainstorm last night, and tonight's just been a nice, cool, cloudy, partly cloudy night. Do you dig my Bigfoot? My Bigfoot t-shirt? I love this t-shirt. I bought it at Salt Fork State Park in Cambridge, Ohio. They're all about Bigfoot down there. So what I wanted to talk about tonight was my book, Press 1 for Murder. This book is now for sale on Amazon in ebook and in paperback. And to give you a little bit of background about this book, I started writing this book about a year ago. Now, a year ago, I was working in a call center for a very short time for a regional bank. There was a regional bank here in Ohio that is pretty well known in Northeast Ohio and I think parts of West Virginia and Western Pennsylvania. It's an okay bank, and I really had hoped to work there one day because it was really well known in the area to be a really great bank to work for. And it was a call center position. It was the last call center position I ever worked in, and it's the last one I will ever work in. I will never work in another call center again. This bank proved to me that I should not be working in call centers. But it also was a great source of inspiration for this book. Now, it wasn't just this call center. I've worked in a variety of call centers since 1989 or 90. And in that time, you know, this idea for this book has gradually built. I've had the idea in my book for a number of years, and I finally just embarked upon it about a year ago. I started writing it right around the summer of 2017. I finished it and published it on July 4th. And basically this book is an accumulation of misery and torment and things that I personally experienced working in call centers. And if you're not familiar with the call center life, it's a lifestyle that if you're not cut out for it like I wasn't, it will really tear you a new one. The worst part of working in any call center is, for the most part for me, there's two things that were really bad. One was the customers. They were awful, especially if it was inbound customer service. The other thing were the crazy managers. You would get these managers who didn't know how to manage. They didn't know anything about people, how to work with people. They didn't have any comprehension of how to make things work, how to get people to work for them. And it was very frustrating. But the pressures that they would put on you, the metrics that you had to live up to in a call center were just outrageous. They were just crazy. Like you had to answer a customer's call. I heard a sound behind me. Maybe it's Ringo Starr here for an autograph. But you had to meet these crazy metrics and be on and off a call within 7 minutes with the correct information in a polite, professional manner, or else they somehow would find these calls and write you up. You would immediately be written up. And within a week, they'd have you at the supervisor's desk saying, hey, you were on this call for 10 minutes. What the hell's going on? You have to be on and off these calls in 7. You're averaging like 9.5 minutes on your talk time. You got to bring it down. And this was really crazy because of the bank I mentioned, this regional. At one point, I was hired just to do bank accounts, just to handle inbound customer service questions of people's savings accounts and checking accounts. But one day they pulled me into a meeting and they said, not only do I have to do that, but I also had to open people's online banking accounts. Now, keep in mind I was dealing with predominantly older clients, probably in their 50s and 60s and up. And these people didn't know a browser from a football bat. They didn't know a search engine from a browser. They didn't know the address field from the search field, and now they're one and the same. But there was mass confusion. My last call there, trying to help somebody open up their online banking over the telephone, took me 1 hour. That one call destroyed my stats for the day. That was my last online banking call. One of the last customer service calls I took. The customers, you have to keep in mind that the customers today say the most outrageous and filthy things to you. They're deplorable human beings call into these call centers, and they'll say anything to you to get what they want. Predominantly credits their account or get, interest rates changed on loans, crazy things. And these people will call you pickle suckers, and they'd call you all kinds. Say your mother was the son of a sailor and, a bow-legged tramp who was dating munchkins and stuff. They come up with some outrageous things, and they say it to you on a regular basis. So this book, I incorporated some of my experiences in this book with customers, with supervisors, with getting laid off from some places, with the eccentric and strange chief executive officers I've run into in my life. I mean, you have to really be basically a sociopath or a psychopath to be an officer in a company, because you have to be completely detached from what's going on around you. There's no way you can lay people off and fire them and hire them and create changes in the company that really affects people's lives. And if you have any emotional attachment to any of it, it's going to ruin you. So you get these people in higher positions that just basically have no comprehension of what they're doing and how it's affecting people's lives. They don't care. In their heart, they truly don't care. And if you really want to see the personification of a sociopath or a psychopath, go work in a call center. You'll see it at every upper management level. These people don't care about you. They don't care about your health insurance. They don't care about your families. They don't care about your babies. They don't care about your children. They don't care about your dog, your hamster, or your pet raccoon. They do not care. They're there to make money for the corporation. And that's what this book is kind of about. Now, my book, Press 1 for Murder, is a book of fiction. Nobody was harmed in the making of this book, and I've never harmed anybody while I have worked in a call center. So this book is basically just an inspiration based off some of the things that I've experienced and maybe fantasized about, and I've heard other people fantasize about. I think the basic thing about this book, and the basic thing you've got to understand about when you call into a call center, when you call into a call center, you've got to understand that the majority of the people you talk to on the telephone are not exactly mentally balanced people. And if you start saying dirty, filthy things to these people, insulting them and their mother, their sexual preferences, their ethnicity and their heritage, you've got to understand one thing. These people that you speak to, especially if you're calling somebody about your bank and your bank account, these people, they know where you live. They know your social security number. They know your date of birth. They know where you work. They know how much money you make. If you have a joint account with your wife or any family member, they know who your wife is. They know where she works. They know how much money she makes. They probably know where you go grocery shopping and do all of your day-to-day chores and daily routine. So think about it. When you call up somebody and you see something filthy, you just may get a visit from somebody and not know who that person is. They may knock on your door, especially if the call center's in the same town you're in and that bank's in the same town you're in. So if you're going to start taking risks and saying, hey, buddy, I'm going to come down there and put a new hole in the back of your head if you don't give me credits for these overdraft fees, you may want to think twice about that before you threaten some man or woman over the phone, because you don't know who you're speaking to. But my book is for sale. I believe it's $2.99 an ebook. I think it's $5.69. I should know these things, but it's right around $6 for the paperback. It's for sale now on Amazon, Kindle, and paperback. It's a quick read. It's about 200 pages, and the main character's name is Jeremy Gant, and I think you'll like the book overall. I know you will. And it took me about a year to write it. It took me just about a year. Actually, the last edit to it was on July 4th, about a year to the day I started writing it. So check it out, Press 1 for Murder. Subscribe here. Tell your friends about my channel. If you're a call center survivor, hang in there. You'll find another job. If you're still in a call center, get your resume together. Stay there as long as you can. Keep looking for something better. There's better days out there for you. Peace and love. And when you get the book, let me know what you think of it. Be kind. I'm not Stephen King or anything. But I'm really proud of this book. I think it turned out pretty good. So let me know what you think. Have a good day. Subscribe. Peace and love. Bye.
At the tone, press 1 for murder.